I'm just saying, don't be fake about it.
And then to say like it's not toxic to see what's going on in some of the spaces that you do not mind having a problem with going to. Like the incentive, which I'm fine with it. I realize that, people, get disenchanted when they can't grow their channel the way that we can grow our channel from fucking content. So they sit there and have discussions about us to build their numbers or whatever. But those are the same people you will share. You won't even share one of our shits, but you'll share videos of people that talk shit about us. We were trying to help you build and grow because we felt a kindred spirit with you, but you're trying to help grow them.
Those videos I share, I mostly share Big Duke's videos.
Yeah, Big Duke is cool with me. But that's not but I mean it's cool. You do what you want to do. I'm just saying that it comes off. I was ignoring people saying I feel like Ron is taking shots at y'all, but if so many people are saying it, I mean, damn.
Yeah, I didn't, and to be honest, I didn't feel like it was taking a shot. I just felt like it was making an announcement that you taking a step back. Everybody know you fuck with me, like right hand man type shit. Like me, you, Brother Moses, Twin Man, so when you say I'm taking a step back from the space, but then they see you
shout out to Aries Oya.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, there's no need to be fake about it, bro. You made a whole announcement that you wasn't fucking with the space no more, but you with the niggas who y'all be like, come on, bro.
But when I said I was taking a step back from the space, I didn't post nothing, or you didn't see me for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I don't.
When you did come back, you made comments about,
Let me change my name to the Manospiric Mammy.
We're not gender warring. The men are in war with the women. They're the ones who do it, which is why you even said these women need to protect themselves. Which is why we went to St. Louis to film what was going on there, which is why you talked about it and you alert. The men are obviously at war with the women. That's not what's happening.
Yeah,
and then you made a comment, and a lot of people do this. I know why they're doing this gender, and everybody knows who you're talking about. They're doing this because of money. Do you realize, as a content creator, you absolutely said
Aries, they want him to concede his manhood so fucking bad. It's sad. Just like how Taz is doing with his wife, because he know that she take care of him. Fuck out of here.
I just want you to know that it is more advantageous for me, or especially for Taz, to go against Black women. It is more advantageous financially for Taz to be going against Cynthia, to be going against me, to be going against Black women.
Everything had nothing to do with you. I can't remember what you were talking about, but that comment.
I mean, no one else is doing that content.
Yeah, so this person says everyone is distancing themselves from Taz. George Macon, who I'm not sure why you including him in that. I'm pretty sure he would tell you to not put his name in this shit. This what's wrong with you niggas. You niggas is bitches. Like, why is this man's name in this comment? He ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Matter of fact, I just talked to George the other day. You know what I'm saying? So, this is the problem right here. You're more inclined to see George Macon over here than any of these other motherfuckers you're talking about. But it's fucked up.
Nyla wanted to say about all the drama that's happening in our spaces, but she don't even know how to fucking say it because she's so stupid and she don't want to admit that she cloud watching me. It's like, bitch, you would have more smoke, but you such a pussy ass bitch to say what the fuck you want to say. So you gotta drag Midtown Pookie into some shit that's not even draggable for real. Like, the fuck.
I will call that nigga. Don't make me call that nigga. He ain't distancing himself shit. You know what I'm saying?
She right up Midtown Pookie though. Midtown, you a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, she was wrong about you wanting to go over there, but you is a bitch ass nigga though.
To cap it all off with feminism, I just need people to understand that they think what I do has something.
Yeah, with the caps and shit, because you don't want to talk to Taz, because you know Taz will get in your ass. You know, you a bitch ass nigga hiding behind virtuous woman's shirt. You is.
Feminism since the
just make a page. Just make your channel. Build your channel up. You coochie for real.
That's what I just showed receipts, history, proof. Now, if niggas want to sit around and cry about feminism, That's a whole different conversation than what's held here. This is a different type of conversation I'm trying to have, and people don't want to have it. So yeah, like I said, I get it, but don't come in and put names of people that they're not gonna stand by your comment, bro. George Bacon, he's not gonna stand by it. Shut your dumb ass up. Judas Redemption ain't gonna stand by that. No stupid ass up. But like I say, this what niggas do though. Niggas go to spaces and do this name dropping back and forth, putting people in shit, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, Ron. Is I thought you would have been able to see some of this by now and know how people play these type games. So now you're just included with the men who are obviously distancing themselves from Taz. So all I can ask is why? Why are y'all distancing yourselves from me?
Is it hurting you?
What am I doing? More of them on that side. I really feel like it's what you say and what's been demonstrated in this space. A lot of these men need to be able to run with the crowd. It's the pressure. Like they have to be supported in bullshit.
What crowd? Y'all supposed to be the crowd. Y'all still have an audience. If y'all audience is bigger than his,
being on the opposite
you just said he's stupid for not following the crowd.
They all look like the same black man to everybody. They cannot stand alone. It's a different type of man to be able to stand against the crowd. And most black men aren't going to be able to stand against the crowd. It's easier to say that you're against feminism and that feminism is driving black men away.
Nobody is against feminism. They're against extreme misandry.
Okay, so that's bullshit.
That's based on race, not on men. Women supposed to know how to say no to men, not just one race of man. You dumb dick.
About you making the argument, and so that's why, like I said, I'm gonna play this video from last night so y'all can kind of get a grip on what I'm talking about. This ain't a new concept. Anywhere I've ever gone on social media, niggas unite against me. But anywhere
because you full of shit.
In real life,
that's never happened to me.
And so I know I'm not wrong. What it is, niggas is on here, and the money is wrapped around carrying around this false black male bravado.
That man has said more than once he doesn't like it and doesn't want to be bothered. Exactly. Just like Chef, leave these motherfuckers alone.
You know what I'm saying? Do on the internet or whatnot. And I don't ever threaten niggas. I don't ever talk about what I do to nobody. I don't carry this on no bravado shit. Most niggas do, and that's because they're
Boozy, you see my name on there? I'm murky as shit.
Conversation or understanding about what these women's issues are. Like I said, I feel like I know black men's issues. I'm still trying to get a grip and understanding on some of the women's issues, and you got niggas sitting around.
The guy not gonna
this sound dumb, right? Because we're men.
Now I'm talking about my name on StreamYard.
Trying to get a better understanding of some of this shit because I'm not a fucking woman. I don't know why a woman would want to have an abortion. Maybe I should sit my ass down and listen instead of telling her not to, like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But a lot of men in this space don't want to operate like that. They have a control.
You just said that Lala already said that black women was just trolling. Now he's saying that black men need to shut the fuck up because they don't know what it's like to have an abortion. Oh my God.
Transferring information and then that's it. I don't give a fuck who they date. Divestment ain't I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. I'm gonna support them either way because they black women. If she tell me who beat her, if she tell me somebody beat her, I'm not gonna say, was it a black man? Was it a white man? My nigga, that ain't what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be protective regardless.
If we was on a plantation, bitch, that shit would matter. Fuck is you talking about, you hoe ass nigga?
Trying to control black women is what will perpetuate a gender war.
Shout out to Amari Sweet. What's up, boo? Imari, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Forgive me.
Careful of me.
Shout out to Sweet. This motherfucking booze where the wind blows. Exactly. And want black men to go do the same thing. Fuck out of here.
Can I give one more example of what's really disrespectful? Our art came into the chat while you guys were up here. And this is just another example of some nobody's done anything to someone who's been here all the time. And when the conversation moved to black women who may not be interested dealing with black men or a certain type of black, whatever it is, like, you know, they went with the crowd because it's easier. For someone that's been here all the time to sit over there in a chat room where somebody is obviously blatantly lying, like the trolls know you're lying, saying that Taz is in and out of jail, and I'm on live streams talking him in jail, and we're on the strip of Las Vegas.
Nobody said he was in jail right now, you dumb bitch. You sound stupid.
Where there's actual real content to sit in a chat room and laugh while people lie and try to disparage our names to make us into the bad people that they really are. That just shows me that a lot of the people that come to this space they're just here because the crowd is here. And when they think it's getting tough and they think that the crowd is leaving, they dip out. But it's always the wrong move, because this is literally always what happens right before the growth spurt. It's the cycle.
I just think it's crazy that I keep on saying though that men are supposed to just be able to work around shit that they disagree on and come to grips with the disagreement, but still build and work together. And this space just ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? So I just, like I said, like I saw Ron right there again with niggas who sitting there talking about me, and that shit gets under my skin. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
What a coochie ass nigga.
I can do to stop niggas from being.
Ron ain't say nothing. You mad? Like you is a clown. Like, we already know that's some clown ass shit to do.
Motherfuckers, how much you view somebody's channel, or if you in they chatting without, but Ron,
he was in my chat. I fuck with Ron. Shout out to Ron. He never tried to make it seem like he was gonna save the day. You know, he just cool.
So you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up for me. But this is the space I have to operate in, because men seem to hate black women, and niggas don't want to have that conversation. Like, they rather go to their own channels and cry about me saying it rather than prove me wrong.
No, I feel what you're saying, but my thing is with that, like am I supposed to just? And I get what I feel what both of y'all are saying. And I saw Chris's comment, and I'm not here to convince you on anything, because me personally, like, I have no relationship with you, like, I don't care.
I'm dead. Shout out to Ezra.
You said you had no relationship with me?
No, I'm talking about Chris. He's talking about he never believed anything I'm saying, and I kind of don't give a shit because I'm not trying to convince him on anything. So I'm not talking about you, but I feel what y'all are saying, and it don't look bad, because at the end of the day, I fuck with both sides, and if I'm frequently in one chat, I'm not over here, it do look bad. But like I said, anytime I see y'all going back and forth, I distance myself from that shit, and I could have easily just said something, but me personally, I didn't want to be in the middle of the shit. I felt like I didn't even want to say anything when y'all was going, that day when I hopped in the chat and I saw you talking about me,
yeah, they straight up lying about what's going on. That's why I said, that's why I always fire up a live stream when they on their bullshit. Fair use, you know. I will appeal the shit out this video. They get this shit taken down. You must have lost your fucking mind. This shit gotta come out. I will paper terrorists on some Morris type bullshit to YouTube.
Oh, okay. God damn, man. I don't know how people.
They made money off of grape and never reached out to the victim. Exactly. They made $700 and was supposed to cash at just me, but they profited off of her pain. Fuck them. They thought that shit was funny. That she got raped. They didn't really give a fuck.
Still believe in the oppression of the black woman. They still wanted to be under the guise of
made $700 crying on a live stream, and they have her ain't interview her or nothing.
Want the situation to change to where niggas actually open up, be more, you know.
And the girl is now suicidal because they put her business on Front Street.
They don't actually feel that shit yet.
They're hurting black women out here. Okay, they're not helping.
Well, a traditional marriage is still going to be the black man and the black woman. I think that they're doing that because they're actually running from the concept of how afraid she should be, or how dangerous her own room has been.
Is that Brother Moses up there bitching? Did y'all see Brother Moses pull up to Nandy live stream with that goddamn
whatever
that nigga had a fucking braid. a French braid on his goddamn beard. Nigga.
You're gonna need somebody else to be their scapegoat.
That's how you know he a bitch ass nigga. That nigga get his beard cornrowed
not really willing to fight the battle
at the jailhouse.
And it gives them the option of saying, oh, I didn't think that was going to work out in the first place. So that's what I think. They still don't fuck.
And now I gotta be nerved to be bored again. Y'all give me 1 second. I got too many windows open.
I didn't even know you and Skinny Boy had issues. So that was on my thing. I didn't know y'all had issues.
Why do he have an issue with Skinny Boy? Because he flirt with Virtuous Woman?
See, you don't know. But see, let me tell you why you don't know.
Until the other night when you
you don't know because I ain't no fake ass nigga, bruh. So
you being fake right now. You trying to call him out for being a grown ass man.
Fucking Virtuous Woman came into the space.
Here he go.
The nigga was talking to her behind the scenes. Suddenly the nigga disappeared when she had her falling out with another content creator over here. And then since him and her was fucking around, the nigga started distancing himself from me. Well, him and her fall out, and then he hits me up like,
why he lying about me and Virtuous Woman fall out? Y'all notice that? Hold on, peep game. Hold on, let me put this on pause.
Now,
why he fucking lying, bitch? Say the story right. You see how you heard him, Boozy. You heard him lie? He gonna say, oh, and it's her and another content creator had a falling out. He talking about me and Virtuous Woman, but you so pussy, you don't want nobody to know that you watch the content. Let's move on.
When it comes to why you don't know that, it's because
I'm hellfire on this bitch.
Start showing receipts of how bitch ass niggas are woman led for real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never just get on here and drag this bitch ass nigga on some red pill shit and show you how weak as fuck these bitch ass niggas is.
Because you won't take the red pill, so you're not the one to do it. But I am, bitch nigga. You and that nigga Midtown Pookie and Virtuous Woman. I'm on you bitches next.
Told that story till just now.
And Deke low key.
That's why I didn't know.
Well, his reason the other day when he said it wasn't even that. So yeah, I didn't hear it.
Exactly. Let that man go his own way. That's why motherfuckers need the red pill. Black men go on their own way. Shit.
Right. Yeah,
don't be ashamed to divest from bitch ass niggas like this. He'll divest from the whole black community.
I go get a video from 2019. I said, what? Nigga, these niggas fake. And they were here following women. It's motherfuckers.
You following a woman. You following Cynthia G. What the fuck is he talking about?
It's plenty motherfuckers, but this is something that always ain't even new.
We didn't know how bad Midtown was sucking on. Hold on, and I don't even want to defend Midtown. We didn't even know how bad Midtown was sucking on that bitch Virtuous Woman clip until I had a problem with something that she did with him, other black men on the panel, because she want to make black men in her space be her flunky. But you want all black women to be your flunky. I don't agree with Virtuous Woman, but whoever comes in her space and her panels, that's her flunky for the night. Bitch, you want everybody in the chat, everybody in the space, and all that other shit to be part of your cult. And when they don't do it, you get mad. Moving along.
Bro, it's like a fucking blue. Ain't nothing new. That's why I said this. I generally wouldn't even have said your name. It was just the principle that I saw you today. Like, damn, bro, for real? You right there while nigga talking shit about me, bro? But I don't see you. That's fucked up.
Yeah. I gotta get going. I gotta go get my dog from the vet. So.
No doubt, bro. Be safe, man. Brother Moses.
Taz, you was there when they talked about Nandy. Child, he was on. I seen when Taz was on Nandy panel and then said F black babies with confidence. Then he doubled down on it and said babies don't even be graduating high school. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, sir? Somebody's education don't have no merit on if they have the right to live or die, because that's what y'all trying to promote every day is black genocide.
I'm here, man, trying to
white supremacists and blackface hear this.
YouTube, everybody beefing. I'm like, I thought everybody peaced out and shit. What the fuck happened? Yeah, niggas fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Remember I told you that day, bro. If I remember what video that was, bro, I go get that motherfucker right now. I told you that day when I was talking to the nigga on your shit that these niggas fake as fuck and they doing this shit on your channel, but when they get back to they shit, they broke ass gonna start talking about me again.
I know you're not calling nobody broke. Sir, you have so many lawsuits and warrants for your arrest.
You know, goddamn well,
the ultimate broke nigga is the nigga sitting behind bars. You keep playing and you gonna get caught the fuck up. There's too many witches on your neck as well.
I'm glad you're here. You remember, bro. You were supposed to be bringing it together. It was all supposed to be dead. These niggas fake, bro. So I'm not beefing. I'm responding right now, trying to figure out, you know, what it is I'm supposed to do when niggas just start going in about somebody that they can click the link and talk to. Bro, last night, for example, Q-Butter,
his job is for real YouTube. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't try to call somebody broke, because for real, this shit is hard to do.
With something Cynthia G said. And so I'm trying to get the smoke on any of these conversations. I'm the surrogate. I'm the stand-in. Bring me whatever conversation you got, and I'll respond to it. I'm on some debate shit right now. Let's get it. They talking about her hair, the girl they took to prom, all this other stuff. I'm gonna play this shit, bro. It's unfucking believable. None of these niggas had an issue with no fucking content. And then when somebody
everybody a bad black man except for Taz.
It wasn't even right. They don't watch your content. Admittedly, none of them watch it, but they all have a problem with it. So yeah, but it's just you'll never understand, bro, this position right here of being in the trenches, but you thought I thought I was in the safe space, bro. Like, niggas hate black women everywhere, bro. I don't know what we're gonna do, Q.
We hate black women over here too, nigga. Shut the fuck up. I've seen more love for black women in the man and spirit spaces than over there, bitch, nigga. What is you talking about?
Her own head, her own heart, her own body is in a safe space, nigga. It shouldn't be a safe space for you, nigga. Ain't no safe space. Nigga, your job will always be to continue to keep fighting, even when it's a thankless job or one where it seems like nobody can say stay.
Who is brother Moses talking to?
Hands on your shit. That's just the same expectation with everybody. You declare what your purpose is and stand on it. Motherfucker challenge you on.
Who is he talking to? Why is he getting smart with Taz and Taz just taking it?
I'm not the flavor for you, but you still stand on yours. Now you turn back around in one more year, you'll see that there are quite a few people who aren't able to continue to stand on it. Your message has to continue to get sharper. I'm like, what the hell else can I say? I'm like, motherfucker, body bag one of these niggas. I thought Ron 314 was going to be the person to provide the training for the ladies. Because I'm like, fucking
training? Who the fuck is you talking to? Somebody bang Brother Moses in the mouth.
If you feel like you got a red flag coming, that's a red flag. Don't turn away from your red flag. Your instinct tell you to walk the other way, walk the other way. If your instinct tell you to grab your purse, you should have something in
Who
your
is he
purse,
talking
man.
to?
Like, that's where I'm at. Cause like, if it's life or death, that's different than if it's, okay, well, we're just looking at, you know, some toxic relationships. Nah, motherfucker, they said it's moving beyond just a toxic relationship, man. They said it's beyond that.
So no black woman is wrong. No black woman is ever wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I keep hitting this button with my thumb or something.
Panders.
I don't know, Tad. That's why.
Damn, who the fuck? Who is he? Like, yo, Brother Moses. I just want to fight him after he said that, because he even got smart with Taz, and Taz already embarrasses himself every day, and you still yelling at Taz, and Taz should have cussed you out. That's why I said y'all all bitch ass niggas. You want to tell that man pander even more after he didn't cut his bridges with every black man on fucking YouTube, and even his supporters like me. Like, Moses, shut the fuck up, you dumb dick. The fact that you sound worse than Nala, Taz, Cynthia, all in one, you're dumb as fuck. Hey, conscious moron, what's up, boo? Hey, salt and pepper daddy up in this bitch. Hey, you inspired my other live stream. Remember, go live about it. Probably saying.
But see, if people are given the
salt and pepper daddies in the building.
They can't express love for black women without comparisons and you know, just the same type of shit that we always see from manosphere niggas. Because I think what I'm gonna have to start doing is speaking to the manosphere as more of a mentality as opposed to a group with membership. Because that's more of a mentality, is men that never heard of the manosphere wouldn't join the manosphere, that exhibit the same mentality and operate within and don't even recognize it. I see more of that now than anything. That men would say, well, no, I ain't a part of no fucking manosphere. I don't fuck with the manosphere. But then if you listen to them, that's what they fucking sound like.
Juju, hey,
like mentality there.
You said you get more love from them too. Exactly. It's way more love in this space.
People are venting about, and then some talking points of the issues that really are trying to be communicated.
Oh my God, here come Q Butter, bitch ass.
If the conversation is centered around what is the objective, you know, that's why for me, I'm like, I've been objectifying my conversations very clear. Like, look, this is the goal of my conversation.
I get more love from the manosphere than I ever did. They're at the fake pro-black. It's true. I mean, I think sometimes people it's fucked up as it is. That's what I realized. They're like, them pro-black spaces, they want you to lick their whole ass. And when you refuse to do it, they'll try to create weird narratives about you. Like, and I don't even like the manosphere like that. You feel me? Like, they get on my nerves, but they'll have the conversation, you know. I feel like everywhere on YouTube is fucked up, but y'all gotta look at the bigger picture for real, you know.
About everybody else, but in trying to find ways to get us to communicate and rectify some of the things. Because it's not just even I'm recognizing even the mending and the mediation isn't enough. But it's more about some of the talking points that are being communicated that people have a strong passion about. So it might be somebody mad about, you know, you said something about Marcus Garvey. Then they might see you sick with something that was Cynthia G. It's like, nah, fuck that. And then it just turns into trigger speech. And I'm trying to stay away from trigger speech where people are a lot more cognitive of the terms that they use and the speech they use, because once you engage in a conversation with that level of rhetoric, it's only going to go one way. And so for me in real life, I don't deal with people like that. So I refuse to embark on that anymore, like online. So it's like, no, this is only going to go this way. And that's just a responsibility on anybody that wants to communicate effectively. It's like, you got to choose your battles, or not even the battles, choose the way in which you handle your battles.
See, but who we trying to effectively communicate with, though? I'm saying, like, some of these niggas dumb as fuck, bro, and there's no point in trying to effectively communicate with somebody.
Fake female vibes. Exactly. Like, bitch, you better not say nothing good about the black man, or we Xing you out. We stoning you to death.
My little section of YouTube, come over here. Leave, please. I've been begging people every time I go live. I'll be like, please leave. Please unsubscribe to me. Please. I'll be begged, please. Like, I'm not the section for everybody. I don't promote swirling. Don't fuck with divesting. Don't fuck with white people. I don't fuck with none of that shit. I'm a Garveyite. I love Malcolm X. I love fucking shea butter. I like black people. You know what I'm saying? I'll speak Ebonics. I wear my hat to the back. Whatever reason you need to get the fuck away from me.
I'm dead. Not Ebonics.
Please. Respectfully.
Yo, he irky as shit. Yo said, please, anybody but Taz, because they promote my school. So I need them cash apps. Please get away from me.
Yeah. It'd be challenging.
Q Butter ain't shit, yo. I can't take it. We've been exposed him for days, and that nigga couldn't even sleep.
What it is, that, you know what I mean? So like, that's just something that comes with the space. Like I try to do that, but like for me, I gotta be in a certain vibe and shit. Like you use provide. That's what I can use.
Where my King Xerxes gift at? Because I can't take it. Boozy.
But see, again, like with provocative speech, is supposed to provoke debate, not hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like, my provocative speech is to promote debate. It's to promote intellect. It's not.
How is cussing for no reason intellect? What?
Division between black men per se. Now, I know how I talk is kind of fucked up for some people. Like, nah, you can't say that, Taz, the way you talk to people. Right? Well, I'm not from where y'all from. I don't know men that complain and whine about niggas that cuss and talk shit. I'm used to niggas talking shit. And so that's why you've never seen me whine and complain when niggas talk shit about me, which is why they had to move on to my wife. But which is why they had to move on to my son. You know what I'm saying? Because none of that shit affects me talking shit back and forth, but whereas others, they want to talk shit till you hit a certain limit, and then they want to start pulling back. See, I don't have no limit. We can go all the way there. I'll let you niggas sit here and talk all the shit you want to talk, but it's always when you...
No, because whenever somebody bring up your son, you be like, my son, my son,
and that's why I say it's hard in this space, dog, because, you know, I'm trying, man, but I'm not that person, Q-Butter. I can't play these type games with dumb niggas who want to play like they smart. Aha, I got you. See, you fake because you let them divested women come to your chat. And if you was a real pro-black, you wouldn't. See, that's what
you wouldn't.
Q-Butter don't let them divested women come to his chat.
And you a fucking liar because that's the fuck he do. Some of them got a rent. You a fucking liar.
With us. See what I'm saying? Because when you say some of what you say, the outsiders see that as support of the anti-black woman narrative that they have. And I know your position, which is why I always keep you covered. You're just
exactly,
like me.
Juju. No home training. Just uncaught, as David Johnson, the asshole, would say.
The conversation that I'm willing to have. And I'm fine with that because your work is in another space. Okay, these other niggas don't respect that.
This ties to a woman every single time she disagrees and shit verbally. You slap your shit out her ass.
Any level of oppression against black women that don't date out. They get an opportunity to hear anti-swirling messaging. And that's what I'm saying that we got to be careful of, because I know your position ain't anti-black women, but anti-black women men can use that message to benefit themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
You is a piece of shit.
Has to be navigated.
What are you talking about? Who gives a fuck? This motherfucker got Napoleon complex, and he too tall for that. He need to let it go. You need therapy, sir.
For me, that's why I said publicly, like, I haven't created a space with my platform to have those mature conversations. I was just having fun, not respecting YouTube. Like, look, this don't affect my real life, all that like that. I'm over here like this. I was like, nah, I got to be more of a platform, and like I am in real life. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, I have a little,
what'd you say, Bootsy?
Got killed 3 days ago, bro. 4 days ago. He was
Q Butterbutt. Yo.
And he was all over the place.
Bootsy call that nigga, what you say, Butterbean. She just called him Q Butterbutt. Q Butterbean.
I feel bad as shit. You see what I mean? Like,
she said he's so full of shit, you can't even remember his name.
Everybody got the same story right now. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Will. You know what I mean? It's like they found him with a bullet in his head. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, B.
This how hard them divestors be tricking and goddamn Q
like
Butter chat.
Stuff.
They be tricking hard as shit.
My other, like, you know, my man's homeboy just killed himself and his baby moms. Not even his baby moms. He killed himself.
This Cynthia G over there, reigning queen.
There's about to be a war over this shit.
Yo.
Happening, but it's about to be a war. It's about to be crazy in the street. It's like, so it's like this.
Everybody has his accountability, but Taz, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, look,
the narcissism is real.
My brothers in real life.
Because I originally came on his live stream to review what happened between Chef and, you know, Dubbish. But I said, let me just talk about this real fast because this nigga is crazy.
I mean, but see, most niggas ain't operating like that, and niggas don't understand that part of the game, though, bro. That's every day. And then you got another set of niggas that ain't even in position. Because they
put myself off mute. Okay.
That, but they will
sorry, y'all. I had to get my son together.
And go rob somebody. They will let a nigga do that and then shame them for being broke.
Okay, who?
You know what I'm saying? Like they get out and target a motherfucker because they broke. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that motivate niggas to go out and try to rob motherfuckers for no reason because you broke. Instead of trying to grind back up and get to where you want to be, where you thought you was when you was locked up. Now you out out here trying to just survive because motherfuckers that shamed you and shit reminded you ain't got no fucking money. It's fucked up, bruh. And I hate that shit about our community because it's common. Like motherfuckers need to leave that shit behind. And I respect the fact that you know the game enough to know you gotta put some money in a nigga pocket sometimes. I don't give a fuck about that grown man shit. Sometimes you gotta keep a nigga from being a detriment to himself. Unfortunately, YouTube can't be used for that, although I still try.
What you say, Boozy?
I still try.
Not that's why I said I gotta make YouTube like it is. Like I really went on tour off of YouTube. Like these people don't know. Like I really was on Taz's block before I even knew Taz. Like that was off of YouTube, and I don't have nowhere.
Actually, even though I don't support Q Butter, I want his school to thrive still, though.
Like let's connect.
You know,
like let's really empower people. Like
I think what he's doing is still dope. You know, for black children.
Like that's like I think.
Even though I don't agree with how he's doing it, but
it's all over the place. Personally, I'm like, nah, I got to platform and be a lot more responsible with doing to engage like I know our people gotta be, gotta be taught. People need to be helped. You gotta be led. You know what I mean? That's just the reality.
I want to say condolences to the woman that was actually murdered. That man, that sucks. I don't know the circumstance of the other dude and the nigga who killed
because I don't understand that. Even with my how everything played out when I came into certain spaces, like people expected me to be silent because they thought I was looking for protection. That's why I kept making it clear on my live streams. I don't need nobody to do shit for me. My mouth is terrible. You know, I'm just getting used to being in this space. But once I get comfortable, it's over and it's lights out for all you motherfuckers. You know, so I don't search for any type of protection. If somebody chooses to protect me, then, you know, I'll support you and I'll love you for it. But other than that, I don't need it. And you can't even hold me hostage, but because that's something that you chose to do. You know, if we having a falling out, that's between me and you, not me, you, in a Butch One Network space, you know. So.
Real topics are being convoluted because it's being engaged with the conversations when people are not in a space to have a conversation. It don't went toxic. And so real talking points that need to be heard and expressed and communicated to our population, you know, by understand marketing, provocative speech does that. Provocative marketing, like, and I say that's UTAS, but that's a reality in our world. And so, like, I'm learning. That's why I said, for me, I'm just like, I'm gonna sit back.
Damien, make sure that window's closed.
Yeah, but I'm doing it though. I'm like, come on, this
and go put on the shirt because I don't know why you coughing like that.
Provocative as possible.
No, it's the other side. Push it the other side. Never mind.
It's okay. This
I'm
is
ready to
actual history that ain't being taught, and it should have been. And yes, I am trying to be as provocative as possible because black men don't want to contest history. They just want to say we were taught wrong. Nobody wants to contest it. They just want to keep repeating. We was taught wrong. We was miseducated. We was undereducated. We was taught wrong. We was taught wrong. We was taught wrong. Cool. How many years we gonna say before somebody says, all right, well, let's just go back and scrap everything and start over? But then that's what I'm doing. And what you find
you're not. You're bullying half the fucking YouTube for not licking the ass of Cynthia G and her talking points. That's what you're doing, bitch.
People ain't talking about that probably should be on the table. We might view things.
My talking points is a start over, bitch. You're just a bitch ass nigga, bitch. Who wants protection from these cowards? I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about in general, you know, from the pro-black space, you know, because you can have a falling out with anybody on here. And that's what, you know, that's not the narrative I want to create. Like, oh, you know, she looking for protection. Because they go against Taz. I don't give a fuck, you know, if somebody go against Taz too. Like, this is my own shit, and I'm banging on him to make me feel better because he is a bitch ass nigga, and I seen it firsthand, you know.
Just marketing because black men need to hear this shit, and I'm gonna keep calling niggas.
Because it's always my goal to collab with others, you know, who bang on this nigga, but sometimes that doesn't always turn out right. Because you got some people who still want to be in the echo chamber or try to promote their own. And, you know, they get mad because you don't want to lick their clit either. So it's just, like, real weird. That's where me and so-and-so had to falling out.
Like, business-wise, down to the Navy SEALs.
like it's been well proven that like what people would consider to be coddling speech does more. Like people's like, if you ask any of my students, my parents, my new word is inspire. Like I want y'all to be
this
like,
is why I have you. This is why this is why we have you. When it's time for inspiration, we have you. What I'm saying is we don't need everybody to be inspirational. And if you would, like, for example, if you want to
Did he just say everybody don't need to be inspirational? What are you talking about?
What we're not going to do is continue to both say the same things and give niggas an out. So I don't mind that you're that. That for me, that doesn't matter. If you want to make these niggas feel comfortable in that bullshit, I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable. But I need you to recognize that when they come to your space, they uncomfortable when they see me. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be the understanding. Because we're just...
It don't have to be an understanding. Ron doesn't give a fuck. You do.
What these crybaby ass niggas do. But our way to deal with it is just opposite. So when you say it works, yeah, it works in a sense that they calm that bullshit down, but they just come back and do that the next day too.
Shut the fuck up. No, they don't.
You know we just see
if he say it's working, period. Not the next day they do it again. Shut the fuck up.
It's not about growth from it. It's about the approach and the consistency. So it will be considered recidivism. So to approach recidivism, you have to counter it. So I would say the reason why we would see recidivism on any form of conversation from either sides is that
he using that word right
push in the algorithms. Like everybody's driving the algorithm across the board. Like it's a talking point that from movies down, relationships is a strong talking point. The relationship between black men and black women, that's a big topic in our community. From music to movies to poetry to literature, whatever part, like that's a huge category.
I knew that wasn't no real fucking word. Shut the hell up, Q Butter.
I can't stand it. I'm a science
Something about some revisitism. That's not no goddamn word.
Watch shit about shit blowing up. You know what I mean? I'm not the sports watcher, so I'm not gonna watch the sports movie. You know, I'd rather focus on shit like that. But
notice how they talking shit about me. They talking about some fucking movies.
That's why I'm doing more media. And to me, I would say like my approach, I would say like, no, we need more content to oppose or to provide those type of like Facebook would call it impressions. So the way you're looking at it is that, you know, once you get that singular dose of marketing, you're good. That's not how marketing works. It's a matter of multiple impressions and impressions over time and the consistency of impressions to push a person to buy a product or to be led towards taking on some type of lifestyle that supports a certain type of product.
And that's what Taz knows. That's why he won't shut the fuck up.
I'll chime in real quick, then I'm going to drop down because I don't want to stop your show from what y'all focusing on.
You're straight, bro.
All right. So I initially got on here because I seen your title, and I know you more so talking about something specific, but I was more so taking it literal, just to say like as a friendly challenge. That's why I got back on social media, is to try to unify. Because it's basically like iron sharpen iron.
Talk to me.
Now, let me say, me personally, I have no problem with a man, you know, raising his voice and having a strong demeanor, so on and so forth. So I get where you're coming from. But what I want to ask you, and I know this is an extreme example to use, and I don't condone it whatsoever, but we know we have young men out here that were raised up in toxic environments that possibly seen women getting beat on. So taking what you said a second ago, you said, you know, how you came up, it's just how men talk, and men don't, you know, men ain't never said nothing to you about it. But just because you raised in that environment doesn't make it right. In certain situations.
Okay, so, and here's my issue with that. What happens is men have learned the subtle approach to disrespect. Men will try to disrespect you in a nice way.
What's up, AB
They
Legend?
will respectfully disrespect you. And what I'm saying is it's all disrespect. And what what I
What's
gathered
up,
over the years on social media
love new viewers,
is that it's
love
not
new
much
viewers.
different than talking to a person in person. They just don't want to deal with that fact. You don't deal with people that you don't know negatively. And so most people in this space do that, and that's just what it is. I don't, again, in person, I'm like one of the funnest people you can be around.
Oh,
But
please.
in this space, what's been cultivated as far as media is coddling that's led black men to believe that they're bigger victims or should be competing for victimhood with black women. So that's why I'm less willing to coddle or unite under anything other than niggas need to stop complaining and start getting some shit done for women to fucking look at. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and keep it moving. If you ain't got nothing for them to look at, they don't want to talk to you.
Right. And I done said this in your comment section before, piecing together the videos that I've seen from you. I done seen quite a few from you, and then kind of seeing, you know, where that energy is going. I already can put two and two together. A lot of that energy that you have is going towards that sector, and rightfully so, because of where we need to stand up for women. So I get that. But
see, we moved outside of the YouTube sector though. When the FBI dropped support that black women are in danger, and the only specific caveat that came with that was that their intimate partners.
You're missing the point that was the manosphere in general, that there's an Asian manosphere, there is a black manosphere, a white manosphere. You're full of shit.
Now because men felt the need to run out in defense of themselves within data that didn't even separate them. Every 5.5 hours was about black women being murdered overall. Black men feel the need to defend themselves, which is now making it about them overall. As if you can take yourself out of the conversation, and you can't. So if men want to remove themselves from a conversation that they're actually a part of, it's hard to stand by them in any regard. Niggas trying to debunk FBI statistics, but then reintroduce CDC studies on fatherhood. It makes no intellectual sense.
Right, and I'm with me personally. I don't need stats to know reality. You know what I'm saying? So where you stand as far as standing up for our women, and men need to, you know, just understand where women coming from and correcting what we need to correct. I'm with you 1,000% on that, and I won't even go much into that. So I get where you're coming from with that.
Yo, Taz, into the chat, I say coddling is what y'all would consider it. For me, on both sides, even in the conscious community, they say Q, you got too much of a spoon. Look, I got a set your own price program. I brought a sister came here with 10 kids and was here for like 5, almost a whole week. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, the community needs a lot less salt for each other. Our sisters need
less you bragging about letting a single mother? Nobody gives a fuck.
We need to have less salt for each other and save all that shit for the enemy.
Give a fuck about
right,
that.
But and see, that's another conversation though, because when you say the enemy, originally when my content only specifically talked about the quote-unquote enemy, black men made themselves not only my enemy, but my wife's enemy and Cynthia's enemy.
So that's why I told you the dudes that you were talking to were bozos, bro. They were not ready for that information. And what's going to happen is when you give somebody that's not ready for the information right, they're going to wild on you. Why do you think I tell people don't tell your friends about sometimes what I'm doing? If you know that they deal with white folks and they're super into the coon shit, white folk shit, don't tell them about me. I'd rather not. I don't want that smoke.
Yeah, but some of these people are not coon. Some of these people are pro-black.
So that's what they tell you. But
now they better get into it.
No, that's what they tell the world. They can't tell me they pro-black because they get judged. That's why niggas stop coming over here claiming that they pro-black. That shit don't stand around me. It's their fake.
So that means you're talking about Q Butter as well. Because he not falling for it.
Everybody know me.
Why is Q Butter letting this man disrespect him? Like the shit is
remember I told you
ridiculous.
Pro-black, and I'm not saying this because yo, Tez, look, I feel you, bro, because I'm that person, and I was that person in the conscious community. like yo, calling out all the shit. You see what I mean? And out everybody's shit. Like fuck that. I got going against everybody. But I also recognize that it's like the work requires effective communication.
Yes.
And that's really
the
challenge that it takes for those who really want our people to learn. It requires us taking a heavier load because we have to first learn the information, deal with our people, and then we have to take the responsibility of being an effective communicator. Everybody keeps writing children. This is why I just did the video, 7 C's of communication. One of the C's is coherent. Most
oh, Nanny told you about my channel.
Conversation.
Yeah.
They join chat rooms like the brother Ron.
Shout out to Nandy.
I would say that would be one of the challenges. I literally saw both, and I'm like, damn, I told Nala this before.
You feel what I'm saying? She been going off. I hope you get some rest though, because she been leaning for days.
I don't want this person think I'm not cool with this.
No, she doing any spiritual work against anybody.
You know what I mean?
Getting
like,
rest is very vital. You know,
like, no, that's what
don't do no all nighters if you're planning on doing works against somebody on a spiritual level.
You know, and I'm like, bro, y'all do this. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, the communication is all over the place. And so for me, I'm just realizing that I'm going to say our people need to be addressing, I'm going to say from my perspective to what I deal with my people, I'm also pushing communication, effective communication. People say coddling, I did free credit repair. Right, bro. I'm all about coddling my black community.
No,
not free credit repair.
No.
What?
Because I
these niggas is wild.
With the same man who talking shit about me today.
You see how he just threw that in there? I get free credit repair.
I effectively communicated with him.
That had nothing to do with the conversation. You want to be a white boy, low key, so bad.
Okay, so
and you the main one. I'm bad at
communicating respectfully doesn't garner future respect. So you gonna disrespect me in the future, I might as well should have called you the bitch ass nigga that you is that day.
What?
Right?
What?
You know what I'm saying? That's because like I'm just saying, bro. Like if I didn't let the shit go and I thought it was dead, and now you talking about me again. Effective communication don't mean shit. I was calm. It was cool. I wasn't cussing at the nigga. He wasn't cussing at me. Everything I thought was cool. I thought we got past it.
There's a lot of people who never cussed at you. Who you cussed at? What the fuck are you talking about?
But you gonna fall back on
and then he'd be like,
"You're
dumb because you're dumb because why don't you see what I'm saying? Because bitch, I have an opinion. I'm a person. I'm a human being."
The case, and what I'm saying is being respectful with the nigga didn't make a difference. I should have just cussed the nigga out and turned that shit up that day, bro.
You know what though? So I like on some. I think he wants to debate you. From what I gathered from a little bit of time I was listening to it, he wants to debate you, and I think it's just the way he's approaching it. Honestly, I'm taking from what I literally heard was that he wants to.
And why is he damn disrespectful? And Q Butter be so patient with him. I want Q Butter. I think like Q Butter gotta be planning on beating his ass and for it to be recorded. I mean, ain't nowhere in the world he keep getting disrespected like this.
That's just a conversation from what I saw in the chat, and I'm like, you know what?
Matter of fact, what's Q Butter sign? I need to know. Let me look it up.
It's also what we put out to the world.
I need to know if he's gonna beat his ass.
People take that and run with that. You see what I mean? So it's like that's why I say I don't debate, because I don't want people coming to me with that energy, ready to argue. Once you put out there that you're ready to debate, people is on your neck like, yeah, I'm ready to, and they looking at your information always with a grain of salt to combat with you.
But where they be? That's what I'm saying. Like that applies to other niggas.
I'll look it up in a second. Do anybody know what Q Butter sign is?
I can't speak for him. I'm just going off what I just heard in the conversation.
It ain't a motherfucker in this space that want to debate me. I mean, that's just the bottom line, nigga. I dare these niggas to, bro. I said I was gonna stop putting my motherfucking link in the chat, and I'm still doing it. They just don't want to fucking debate me. The fuck?
So they can be in a backstage like deep B for like what, 50 minutes?
I'm saying that, and also Chaz, I'm saying that
we watch Deke in real time go up there because he always streams whenever he dropped the link.
Psycho, I still feel like the jabs, because I'm at the debate. I'm not your jabs.
Person I can debate. Brother Mo said, that's it. I hear you, bro. My bad.
Don't say Brother
jabbing when you
Moses or
talk to
Cynthia.
people,
That's
though.
it.
And I know you do it to provoke.
Why
I
Q
think
Butter
that's
sitting
what
right
he's
there?
doing. And I think people do the same thing, and it just turns into that. And I think sometimes both sides forget that's that. And I've seen you willing to turn it off immediately, like, yo, bro, that ain't about shit. But not everybody knows that or no moves like that.
I jab ops. I jab people who don't like black women, who hate black people. Like,
No, you don't.
niggas that's supposed to
conversation though.
How am I taking, like, cause that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Didn't I just say they was
And
gonna
like,
start
I-
arguing, Boozy? What they doing? Ready to argue?
Information you provide with Garvey, whatever. But calling motherfuckers stupid for believing in them, saying niggas that y'all believe in this scamming ass nigga, that type of speech for a large portion of people is automatically gonna
Q
be
Butter,
right.
don't tell them to respect the ancestors.
Because
You know that's not a line.
That
That nigga couldn't even respect Emmett Till nor his family.
This morning, I damn near tried to get on that motherfucker and tell him he was talking to Dr. Mott.
How you gonna tell Emmett Till family that he should have did something? Like what? Make it make sense.
I mean, I just want to see if he could defend this since nobody else is.
Yeah, but that's
you ain't get your cut? Nah, I'm for two today. What happened last time?
That's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. I'm gonna say that's distasteful and incoherent of the reality of our community. Our reality of a community is
Q Butter, stop talking to this nigga with intelligence. It's nothing intelligent about him. That's Q Butter's biggest problem.
And that's why I tell brothers, if you see the sisters in the room talking about 5.5, obviously that's what they're expressing. Why would you go in there and try to respond to it and try to like go against it? Be coherent.
So let me tell you why.
What's up, Robbie?
You got it.
Real quick. So when the brother just came in the room and he was talking,
I was
about
trying to
the,
tag
the
you
young folks
in the hold on, let me
they were
pause
raised
this.
in harsh situations. He grew them up to be a
When I get the chance, Robbie, I'm gonna try to repost this video. It's gonna be on my community tab that I want you to look at. It's very fucking long. You know, it's like one of those 7-hour live streams. But if you ever bored and you ever want to know what's going on with me and my recent beefs or whatever, please take a look at it. It is so fucking good and revealing of you know who. Anyway, moving along.
adults and then justify domestic violence to me by saying, well, there's sometimes where, you know, it's not their fault. All right, my G. He was like, and then sometimes it's, you know, it is all right when he's talking about the use of force. And so I caught that. I damn near started flaming, but I was on the freeway. Would I have been wrong just to start snapping because I took it that way?
But we're not going to talk about how black women do be beating up black men, but black men don't like snitching. You know, that's black men's fault ultimately. But but black women not supposed to be held accountable for beating niggas up sometimes. And we're not going to talk about how domestic violence stats is not too far off from women. That is damn near the same, ain't it, Boozy?
You've heard
except for with women, it's like what, 1 to maybe 3% off. Fuck out of here. Y'all be beating the shit out of niggas too.
But when it comes to
it just goes unreported, and if it was reported more, then it'd be exactly the same. I'm not trying to hear it. And men in general, no matter the race, die way more globally than a woman.
Not to cut you, that statement you just made, no problem. And no problem. There's nothing wrong with that statement. But wording it is, y'all stupid ass niggas fuck with this old scamming ass dumb nigga. Y'all niggas is dumb.
But that's not where we started though, Q Butter.
I know it's not where it started.
It should have never ended that way, you dumb ass nigga.
Go with our speech. And that's why I tell people, when you're driving, road rage. At the end of the day, you wasn't ready to go into a shootout, but you done shot a nigga because he done cut you off in your car. And it's like,
but again, my thing is this: because people can't debate these things, is when they start insulting my wife, my son, me, a platform.
Let's talk about how you'll get your wife to call somebody names in the chat in the divestors, and you won't even correct them because they used to support you. Like, you're so phony.
Content proving I'm wrong, as opposed to just simply saying, "I can't believe you said that about Garvey." That's like I say, it's not people picking.
And if somebody did, you're gonna call them a dumb ass nigga.
And like I say, I have the same love and evaluations for them all.
Yeah, that's what I'm reviewing now. He's talking to him in real time.
Malcolm X. Malcolm X is not above.
I'm watching it too, and then I'm going to put on Psychopathia in a second. I can't listen to them for too long because they irritate me. Especially when Q Butter get up there capping. Because Q Butter, he be letting them just sun him for no reason. And he be right. Put that back. Damien, take that from him right now.
They might respect his teachings because this is a man who spoke up to double conscience.
Give me that.
This is a man who actually landed his foot
Damien!
in Africa. Some should, like, this should be more of a protection for him.
Put this in the trash.
But we pick and choose what black leaders can be drugged. And I'm saying, fuck it, I'm going to drag them all.
He must have lost his mind.
What we're doing, that needs to happen. That's how I was taught.
Shout out to Robbie in the chat. Yes, my nigga.
All of our previous leaders. It's with a grain of salt.
Tell Virtuous I want $50 more when you go over there to our chat. Tell her that bitch still on the TikTok.
And I've learned, and I'm like, nah, I don't do that.
It's still TikTok for her.
That's me. And I realized it's better with the conversations. It keeps the conversations in a way.
It's like, no, I play too much.
People are listening.
Q Butter.
Yo,
I hear you, but at the same time, I'm like the structured conversation doesn't go anywhere just because it keeps running up against the brick wall of people's insecurities and mind your business. Like you can't find out nothing on Garvey business. He didn't really share it. W.E.B. Du Bois come out and put out all the receipts.
So why do you think you know about his fucking life?
They call him the hater because he tried to have that conversation with Garvey. So if the niggas who are doing stupid shit aren't the ones who are going to actually have that constructive conversation, then what point is it? You and I could keep talking about building all damn day. I still say it's the principle that the niggas who have that issue of being called to account, if they try to weasel themselves out, worm themselves out, squeeze themselves out, do that impolite ass pedo-like shit, then it don't go nowhere. There's no nice talking to them niggas.
but you see, all right. So, for example, with what you just said, right? We're saying there's no talking to those niggas, those summarized, like whatever, blah blah blah. That's summarizing a lot of people versus saying, you know what? I need to figure out how I can communicate my point better because for some reason you're not understanding. And I want you to understand me. So let me reword how I'm wording.
He don't want to listen to reason or logic.
I don't think that works with violence. Like everything, like take that same and then apply it to the military science you own. You already own enough military science to be able to say that violence stops. Random acts of violence or unstructured violence, they happen. And so in order to, you can have the kindest conversation.
Sir, you is not ready. Listen, let me explain something to you. Let me pause this.
You just asked, what do I have to say for you to understand?
Why is this pussy ass nigga talking about violence? Have y'all ever seen a black couple on the street, and it looked like that man was going to beat the shit out of that black woman? What most black people do, walk off. Do you know what it means to be a feminist that hard as a woman? And because you've been in that position, you dodge into that fight and break it up until that woman is okay. Even if that woman means to hurt you, it doesn't matter. You know, you don't know what the fuck that's like. Stop it and shut the fuck up. You sound stupid. I've been in those predicaments time and time again. Even when even my spirit mother tell me to don't ever do that, I still do it. Fuck out of here.
I don't know, man. Tell me what then.
You know, but these are different spaces of conversation. Like, it's taking it one by one. You know, I'm speaking like, if we're going to have the conversation about history, and we're taking it on as a person to be the professor of history, we have to be accountable of how we are expressing ourselves while delivering that history. Because because there's people who may have differences of opinion, differences in facts, differences in whatever reasons, and they're going to be turned off based off of your vitriol and your connotation with your information, and they'll never receive your information.
Right. I couldn't give a fuck less.
I mean, and what I'm arguing is
that before you say that, but you see what he just said? That's the key point of communication. Like, if you don't give a fuck, why even have a conversation with anybody? For me,
because it's to a point. But see, it's not that I don't give a fuck coming in. Once we get to the point where you're not receiving the message, I can't continue to give a fuck. Niggas getting left behind in the messaging that I'm doing over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, like, niggas want you to keep on sitting around talking about white femininity. And what I'm saying is, nigga, I'm talking through the existence of it. We ain't saying the shit don't exist no more. We operate within it. And because we don't sit around and white supremacy, the white man.
That's not what manosphere talk about.
We already know all that's in place. Now what?
I'm saying that also, Taz, this is what I'm doing with my platform. I'm slowing down the amount of conversations that happen. Because you be having, and on YouTube, not just you, but it'd be like 25 different conversations at the same time happening. You know what I mean? And so
I just threw 2 more out there myself.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then it's like, these niggas is like, hold on. And that's why it's like, that's why I'm trying to centralize the conversations so as to be able to, perform better with the conversation and be a lot, performance would include productivity. So it's like, no, we got this out of it, and we can isolate.
I'm gonna fuck with you with the dread.
You know what I mean? Like, we can isolate the controls, but if there's so many variables and there's nothing that we can isolate, it's like, and it just becomes a challenge. And that's why even with you and Psycho, I'm bringing it back there. It's like, I know the conversation points beyond the mediation is another conversation. And I know that seeing, like, if y'all was both I would like, look, y'all, you don't agree with this, you don't agree with this. I'm gonna need y'all to not describe either one.
He's contradict himself so much.
Don't say nothing about your personal feelings about it. Just provide your facts and leave it there. Don't call nobody stupid if you don't agree. Don't say you stink. Don't say that's why you pussy. Don't say none of those things. Just provide your information.
You said that's why you pussy.
And then let somebody else scrutinize. Let that other person. I won't even be the person to scrutinize it. Let it be somebody else. You see what I mean? And
let it be me, bitch.
Miss Cree, I'm advocating.
Let it be me, bitch.
Scrutinizing it, though, is the question.
Counsel of both of y'all fucking asses. Like, no, not Psycho. I'm talking about. I don't know why I keep thinking Q Butter and Taz want a debate again.
That's how it happens in regular settings. We're like, all right, you have your facts, you have your facts. Both of you get a chance to provide your facts and let a third party determine which.
That's what it sounds like he's talking about. Because Psycho, I'm not ready to debate him. Fuck out of here.
Q Butter. Come on, man. I still put the link in the chat. And dare a nigga to come peer review anything I do, and they don't.
No, you don't. You is coochie.
People don't want to.
We watch Deke post video after video. Where Deke at?
Research, and they don't.
I'm gonna call him.
Research. They will not remain
stagnant. Platforms.
Yo, Deke posted so many pictures of what happened after he hit that link.
You gotta leave that alone.
The pro-black side and the manosphere.
The pro-black side, I don't know that side. That's what I'm saying. In real life, the pro-blacks and the conscious community, we don't really kind of move together. That's what I'm saying. In real life, the pro-blacks, the dude next door is considered himself pro-black. He's with a Chinese bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's two different
vibes.
Like, and that's why I'm like, it was a studio was at.
Yo, Q Butter funny as shit. He irky, but he funny as shit.
On the only food store, she was married to a white bitch. And then there was a Dominican store and the Arab store. And the Arab store gave out credit, and they was the only ones that remember my kids' names. But white dude sitting outside with, you know what I mean? So it's like, these are things that we got to figure out how to handle and engage with.
Right, but and so if we're trying to handle it, and what happens is the attacks come, but through those attacks, The only thing that
how many
like,
people have you attacked first, Taz? Like,
these attacks
you such a
happen,
coochie
everybody
ass nigga.
Get mad, but
You
nobody
can't even be
contests the
fair.
information. We're always talking about somebody's feelings. It's never the information that has to be contested. Whether we're talking about Marcus Garvey every 5.5 hours, any of those things, people aren't trying to discuss them as understanding the issue. It's all about making sure we don't get to further conversation. It's why would you say that? Why did you say that? Don't say that.
I would challenge you to use the word build. That's why I don't use the word debate.
I hate that fucking word.
Try to use the word build or something like that. And I'm telling you, do it as a test.
What bro Black is Jay talking about? He seems to only go after the manosphere. Exactly. Because there's problems in the pro-black space too, but it's problems everywhere. It's all types of people in the manosphere. He just keep talking about the manosphere.
The same way you say debate, I'm just saying that that's the initiating context to the conversation. Debate. So if you're saying that you want somebody to hear your information, starting off with saying you're going to debate is not going to get that space. That's not typically what happens. And if you don't, you can test it. You just walk around in real life and just test it and just try different words to see, as a social experiment, which one is a greater form of communication, to see which one gets your point. Like, yo, bro, when I used to be in religion, why I stopped using the Bible and referring to terms in the Bible is because it always started an argument. I didn't want to debate about God. I don't want to argue about God. So I'm like, you know what? Let me stop referring to the Bible. Now, you know what's funny? Hold on, you know what's funny? People in the chat, y'all new folks, y'all don't know who the fuck y'all talking to. I don't fuck with these dudes. That's what Taz is not. Taz will tell, I don't fuck with these dudes. Most of these people can't come around me and say they pro-black. You live with a white bitch. You work with these crackers. Like, your whole game card is going to get thrown out the window. That's why
some people don't have a choice to work with crackers, but okay.
Pro-black is some funny shit. I got dudes that done came in my studio talking that pro-black shit. I'm like, yo, bro, you talk about killing niggas all day. You got a white bitch on your lap. Son, you talking to cute butter, son. That's why we don't say that. I'm Zayax. Combination of other shit, but there's different terms over here.
Nigga said he got a white bitch on his lap doing drill music. Somebody's pro-black.
Yeah, the reason why most of these dudes don't even, the reason why Cynthia did the video is because both of those dudes on that side don't want to talk about building. The first question I ask is, yo, what you building for the black community? Motherfuckers run away.
Right.
Why am I over here? I don't want to talk to y'all.
But that's also why I don't believe in that unity shit. Everybody talk about that unity, or we just need to come together. You see the way that you just dropped down a couple of standards for what you say pro-black is? You got a whole bunch of other people who are putting other standards in there, like the willingness to put their hands on women. They cowards. And I don't know, like the same way you feel towards you don't want to fuck with white people, you might be like, all right, I can build with you, but I don't know if you're actually saying, okay, well, let me like invest in this nigga, or are you saying let's just have this, this little one-on-one calm, casual conversation? Because at this point, Brother Mo, like, man, fuck peace. Fuck them niggas.
Oh yeah, now I don't know. Lips and Frost, there's bad people in chat. I'm going having fun going back and forth, but I want everybody, even my pro-blacks. I don't agree with most. Like, we're not supposed to all agree with each other.
Yes.
We all got to be mindful of the. And Taz will know. I called Taz. We was on the phone for an hour. Taz, did I not call you and say the same shit?
Yes, brother. And my phone died, and I should have called you back and continued the conversation because we weren't. It was, the nigga said an hour. It was 2 hours, and we weren't done. Because, like I say, like some of this stuff is like, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta get that. If we just walk away from what happened, nobody else is even trying to change that. If we can't act like we cool enough right now to just start ignoring shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just don't understand sometimes where you think we're gonna be at if people pay less attention to what goes on YouTube and off YouTube because they're intersecting. It's not just we own YouTube. The data intersects with the rhetoric. That's a problem.
Well, no, the data and the rhetoric. That's why I say communication. if the conversation is already has mad triggering points going on.
My fault, y'all. I'm trying to
people
move my
aren't gonna
laptop and my
receive it.
chips and shit.
That's just the reality of conversations and how we work. And so for me, I'm like, look, we gotta like, so like the 5.1, 5.5 video, talking point. I'm doing a video for that. I'm doing like I want to promote like so it's clearly communicated. Because clearly communicated, I don't support abortions. Clearly communicated, I don't support swirling. Now we can have conversations and there's different pushbacks and dialogue that can happen. That's needed so everybody can grow. But certain talking points need to be marketed and communicated at a greater, expanse, and more frequently. That's to me like, and that's a responsibility as content creators and myself. And that's why I did this little video, this other video, 10 tips for dads with daughters.
What the hell?
I'm like, no, I want these to be effectively communicated. I'm doing branding for it. I'm going to spend money on promoting those videos. And if I'm like, and I don't know nobody else, I'm like, no, how to fix your finances, how to build your black community up, how to heal it. Like, this is so that way it's clearly communicated. And that's what, I know I keep saying marketing, but that's what
Right.
It's about clearly
Keep forgetting.
your point.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Your point is not clear. It's only clear to
I think what Taz is upset about is that he wants to stand up for black people no matter if they're divestors, but he keeps making it seem like that I don't think he really understands what a lot of people is looking at as far as the community is concerned, and if black women were so willing to stay 10 toes down with black men, and it was their only hope because they had the wombs first to continue the black race. When you discourage black women from dating black men, you're doing something that's very detrimental and trying to make it seem like no matter what black men a black woman is with, they're going to suffer. Instead of just encouraging black women to do better and how to do better, you basically want to come up with this shit where you're just going to only protect the divested black women. And you're a piece of shit because you need to be fair about both of sides, because that's how you properly bang on the gender war shit. I ain't gonna listen to much of this shit, but much more because I want to see what Psycho said.
Here's where it's unclear. If you're saying I'm against swirling, but leaving it at that, you still have to qualify what happens to those black women who swirl if you're pro-black, don't you?
That's a question that you're asking. There's many different questions that people ask.
That's a question that they're asking.
No, when you're saying there, you just asked it, but there's other questions that they have asked also. There's other questions that they have asked. What about the children? That the first question I'm typically asked by interracial people or swirlers is, what about my children? That's the first question. If I pull up my website box, that's the first question, and the typical question. What about my children?
Well, we can't get to the children if the institution itself is acceptable. Because when I have an issue,
what the fuck is he talking about?
Who have an issue with the institution, but then don't.
I thought you said don't blame the white man. You see how he lies so much? Like somebody just said it in the chat. Ted AB legend, like he do contradict himself too much. I caught him in another fucking lie. What the fuck?
This is all one paradigm, and it has to operate.
Yeah, what's your paradigm?
So I was a stupid ass nigga at one point, not realizing that. And what I'm saying is, I've come to the realization that swirlers create mixed people. Either we're going to say one or the other, but you can't be in promotion of mixed people, being black, supportive of mixed people, but against the whole idea of swirling, because one creates the other. And so because
who said they was supportive of biracials? What are you talking about?
Understanding this now, what I'm saying is I generally won't have a problem with a mixed person because I don't have a problem with swirling. I have no fucking business looking at nobody's life saying, what are you doing? It's only when you start attacking black women that I'm gonna start saying, do you even?
But nobody talking shit about black men. I guess
that's when that conversation comes in.
Oh well, that's your choice. Like for me, swirling and the conversation in real life, that's a real life situation. So I mean, like you got.
He carefully trying to not promote the genocide of black boys by saying that black women would have to procreate with those biracials to wipe out all their melanin, but whatever.
You know, it's very multicultural like that. I don't want to be in those areas. Like, I publicly, and everybody knows that's not my MO. You know what I mean? Swirling and the situation centered around swirling, that's for y'all to figure out. Now, if it comes to defending somebody in my group, that's a different conversation.
Wait, that's for black women. Wait. See, that's what I'm saying. When you say that's for y'all to figure out, that is for us to figure out how to protect black women.
No, I just said in defense of my group.
You'll be getting so triggered. Protect black women? What?
There should be never a conversation about defending a black woman. That's on site.
But that's it. That's the conversation about swirling.
No, it's not.
Conversation. Defending a black woman and like the two. I don't like if somebody violates a black woman, you defend her. Like, it's just that simple. It don't matter who it is.
Right, and that's not the overall position that is conveyed on here. What you hear because
y'all also realize the fear in Tag's voice while he's talking about this, right, y'all? Because what he's ultimately saying is he's going so down. Okay, because so a lot of manosphere dudes be like, or red pill dudes be like, oh, you know, a lot of y'all gonna get killed and da. But they're right though, and I think Taz sees it on the back end, and he's trying to clean it up, and he's like, well, we need to protect those black women. This is trying to create this false narrative. I try to protect Cynthia G, which is his money bag, you know. Moving along.
These women will, but they exploit crimes that happen against black women for that reason.
Peaceful as fuck. That's why I said the only thing I can do is come up with content that clearly promotes, you know, my standpoint. But like, it's like, did somebody say police and Taz? Now, how long I've been fucking with Taz? So Taz asked a question, and after he said, "When the how motherfuckers gonna listen?" That's what I respond to.
That dude that you still want to debate, Taz, he wants to police. He wants to be the first one. He says who can hold Taz accountable. So when he's, I want to debate you on your, you say I want to debate you on your talking points. No, he don't.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying from what I've gathered, and I said I'm still centered on mediating. So for me, I'm like, look,
and Taz don't do that shit.
Talk, that's just how it go. Like, it's basketball. Dudes talk trash. You know what I mean? Dudes talk crazy trash. Like, I love playing ball, but I know I talk crazy trash on that ball, especially if my game is on point. I'm talking wild shit.
So why can't he say that, but Taz can call people a dumbass, bitch ass nigga for supporting Garvey? Like, the double talk is a nuisance. I can't listen to them for so long, y'all. I'm ready to read something else. I'm ready to go back to take a business so y'all can see what his response was. I'm sorry, y'all.
Niggas don't want to debate Taz on shit. And so what I'm saying is, you should know that, Q Butter. Like, these niggas don't want to fucking debate me. My platform is open. The link is pinned to the top. Niggas don't like me because my positions are alternative to theirs, and they don't want to have a discussion or debate or build on it. Like, it is simply because they don't like what black women are doing. And I don't have time to sit around and complain about what women doing every fucking day. That's what these niggas do. Shit is pathetic.
It's funny, people say.
Okay, now let's see what Psycho said. Because his name was brought up for no fucking reason. Hold on, y'all. Because I might come back and review this Chef Disaster, a little bit of this Chef Disaster video. It's just 7 hours long. I'm not gonna. I think I just need to get some timestamps and write it down so I can decide which part of that live stream I want to watch.
He has no ideology. Even if he did recreate it, what did he
recreated too. What is it? What is it? You know, like, what is this ideology that you claiming you recreated? Break it down. What's the tenets? You know, is there a doctrine here? What's going on? Like, what is it that you have to believe to be a part of this? You know?
Yeah. So, yeah. And
like, how do you even debate somebody who don't have no real position?
I mean, yeah.
You know, it's weird. He always wanted to debate everybody. It's like, well, that means you're always going to be taking the negative. You're never going to be taking the affirmative on nothing. Even when you do take the affirmative,
I noticed that.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? You know how I run a debate.
Hold on, because my computer being slow. Let me turn this Damon off. Because the Psychopathist live stream don't let me go back on it and watch the playback. I might just get the fuck off here. Or I might review a little bit of Chef Disaster. And chat with the Chef
That's what they were
Disaster.
known for. They really don't believe nothing.
Right.
It's almost like an antagonist.
Oh, never mind.
It will be just truths.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Interesting phenomenon. So, now you got, as the thing goes and the crowd gets bigger, it's no different than like when Down South rap began to come in the early 90s. I mean, the late 90s. Like, it's like, yeah, it's an attraction to it. But when you're talking about like maybe like the
that's so Love Vision.
you know what I'm saying? I fucks with it now. I fucks with it now.
Started tricking people in the chat,
Yeah, but you're seeing like where you from? Psychopathist?
Jersey, North.
Okay, so yeah, you see like what I mean. I guess I'm from Philly, so it may be biased, but like the lyrics really wasn't up to par.
I feel what you said. I just saying people in the chat, we had these.
Yeah. So it was just like, you know what I mean? So it was like,
they didn't quite catch up yet in the late 90s. It took a little bit longer. But
I'm saying really, I think once Juvenile came out and that, even though it was kind of still, but it was just like, okay, I'm fucking with it.
By the 2000, it was starting to catch up. By the mid 2000s, like around 2000.
Hey, I would say when T.I. come out, that was like, 04?
That was early. He was earlier than 2005.
Yeah, it was like 02, 03.
Yeah,
when T.I., Ludacris, and all them niggas came out, they was
Yeah, you was starting to see the lyrics starting to
Damien.
They was starting.
Yeah.
I was starting to take more serious than MCs in the 2000s.
But I would say, you know what I'm saying, what kind of left, in the mid-90s is that, that like kind of that conscious type of vibe to the hip hop. It's like kind of, and this is not, I'm not blaming the South for this, but this would be like more so like
the West is more to blame for that.
Like West Coast music and Puff Daddy too. You gotta say Puff Daddy too.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy too.
Well, the Wu helped kill that too. The Wu came out in
93. No. Wu still had that.
Well, they still was on that 5% stuff. They still was on the 5% stuff. So yeah. That's true. They still was on the 5%. Yeah.
They would mix it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
But that's what it kind of remind me of. It's like a flood of like, and I would say West Coast rap. Like, how West Coast rap came, and it was just like, they coming with the motherfucking Jerry curls. Like, they want some other shit, bro. They coming in with the Jerry
vibe. They came with a different vibe, and it wasn't conscious. There was nothing conscious about the vibe they came with, and that was the vibe that took off, and everybody gravitated to. Because the West Coast hip hop form helped shape what Southern hip hop was. Yeah, Southern hip hop is more of a branch off of West Coast hip hop,
right? Than the East Coast, yeah. Yep, that's facts. And like, you see, like at the Super Bowl, it was like this.
they gave homage to the West Coast rappers of the 90s. It's almost like the East Coast niggas is blotted out of history and shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I'm saying?
The early MCs, they don't get no heart, no credit.
The thing about cinema, though, right? Once like Boys in the Hood, that's all West Coast shit. You know what I'm saying? Minister Society, that's West Coast shit.
Yeah, yo, I don't think Psycho.
And then it's like
I don't think Psycho is gonna leave this up, so I can't rewind. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into one of my intro songs.
Yeah, it was in the theaters. It didn't do neither the Tupac and the Biggie movie. Neither one did that great in the theaters. The NWA one.
And then we gonna review Chef for Disaster video. Yes.
Man, there's some fake ass niggas out here, dog. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch these niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't have these niggas in your circle, man. You know what I'm saying? These niggas out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Showing out and shit, ain't really got shit. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass. I'm sick of these lying ass niggas, crying ass niggas, saying you the plug. Ain't nobody buying, nigga. I'm sick of these fake ass niggas, hate ass niggas, claiming you a goon, you a shaky ass nigga. Pussy buying ass nigga, lying ass nigga. You married a hoe and you the side nigga. I'm sick of these broke ass niggas, joke ass niggas. Let me hold something. Shut up, you broke nigga. I'm sick of these so-called hustlers, claiming they chasing commas, showing all your whips on vine, but you still shacking up with your mama. When your mouth, when you with your partners. Pussy nigga never been a shot. When I hit you with the semen, you gon' think it was coming through the 20s, how they screaming, who shot you? Plenty loot, car full of goons, serving bullet wounds, my young nigga shoot. Rob your main bitch for them Jimmy Jews. Who you tryna fool? Chill with the act, my nigga be you. Strap on your Instagram pics, but that don't mean shit. What's a gun if it ain't being used? Lurking in these streets, in these traps. Niggas better be strapped. Niggas out here plotting on your people.
Okay, let me pull up the video. So yes, shout out to Chef Disaster. As y'all already know, a lot of people in this space have been going against the Butch One Network space, the B1 Network space. There is a lot of back and forth between the two, and a lot of people are confused about, like, you know, why is everybody arguing over here? I thought our only enemy was Taz, right? And so I wanted to just say this. It's okay that we having disagreements. It's not like we need so much unity to bang on Taz. He's a bitch ass nigga. We can both do those things in our own respective spaces. But what I'm worried about, right, is right before our eyes, and this is a prediction, this is dead serious. I'm not joking, I'm not bullshitting, I'm not just saying this because I'm beefing with this woman. I'm so serious. We're going to see right before our eyes Midtown get drugged up and down. You know who's. YouTube. And we've seen that with Chef Disaster video. I'm going to need y'all to check out this video. So I'm going to review the last little bit of it just for context. Something happened with you know who. B-Dub TV, and I don't know what exactly happened, but evidently a woman that Chef was dealing with. Chef, you can come up on my panel and clear this up if I have it wrong. I wasn't there for this live stream, so forgive me. And there wasn't a lot of context to what happened, but evidently Virtuous had ticked off a girl that Chef was dealing with, and they got into a huge altercation and all this other stuff. And yeah, whether if it was Virtuous' fault or not, I don't know. But anyway, I'm trying to think what's a good, because this is a long ass video, right? Okay.
End of it, or somewhere in the middle of it, you start sounding like you.
Let me see if I can. Okay, so I'm not going to play the beginning because it's so long. I just wanted to get, because it's about, where should I start off at? Okay, so they was having a deep discussion. And, okay, so here's my position. The reason why me and her got into it, just with me being mad and letting it go. The reason why is because I did not want Rozzy around me. I felt like he was offensive. Don't go puffing your chest. Like I said earlier in this video, I said, don't go puffing your chest out, making it seem like you built like that, making it seem like you're going to save the day, making it seem like you are going to start going at this nigga and you're his enemy because you know he didn't bully you and you're trying to keep up appearances for us. I don't like energy like that. All I said was I would like this nigga to stay the fuck away from me. If not, I'm gonna haze him and treat him like shit. And so what I realized during that conversation and this conversation here with Chef Disaster and Virtuous Woman, I'm gonna put the link to that video down at the bottom. Hold on. Let me see. Let me put this link up here. So that way y'all can check this out because it's a very long video. Maybe if you working or doing something like that, maybe you'll have the time to watch this video so you know. Hold on, let me put this link in the chat. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the link to the video in my description as well. So I want y'all to check out this video because it really proves that what I'm saying is not crazy. And another thing is that's crazy about this video is like you really see so many dark things about her. You know what I'm saying? My only flaw is that I wear my emotions on my sleeves and stuff like that. But you really get to see just how many dark ideals she has about relationships and things of that nature and just how toxic it is. So that's why I wanted to review the whole situation, just a little bit of it. Or if not, we might have to do a part 2. It's long as a bitch. Let me see.
But they don't see that.
And okay, another thing. I keep forgetting to say this. She is so mad so she got mad at me for being mad at Rozzy, but she's mad at Chef for she feels like he's doing the same thing that Rozzy is doing because Rozzy, that's another thing that it like Rozzy was flirting with me. But I think her and Chef have some type of flirtation, low-key flirtatious relationship or whatever, even though they're close, or so they're both saying in this live stream or whatever. She was saying like she loved him and all this other stuff. And then she basically keeps trying to triangulate this man in with the Butch One Network space. Chef has always been clear, like, I don't have a problem with them. It's not that serious to me. And Chef has been over in my chat too. Like, it's not, you know, it's all love. You know, he support the content no matter who I'm going at. And he don't agree like, hey, like, I else agree, you know, but to sit here and try to make it seem like Rozzy can do what he wants and it has to be her narrative about what Rozzy wants. And then as far as Chef is concerned, it's like she wants to control her she wants to control him too. Like, first off, what the fuck you not gonna do and try to perpetuate is some type of fake queen bee energy for no apparent reason and shit like that. That shit is annoying. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say because I kept forgetting to say it.
Yeah, but I read that. Yeah. It scares me too. You know why it scares me though? It scares me because it's like it's a huge amount of pressure. You know what I mean?
I'm on her neck, y'all. Y'all know I'm not gonna let it go. I'm petty.
If someone you know what I mean? Like it's
y'all check out Anti-Purge too. I had already cussed out Trinity, leaned on her, leaned on that bitch. She ain't never hit the link.
More than enough to have somebody becoming you. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
You know, that's too much for me. Like I'm just a woman.
Mm-hmm. I see it. I be like, I'm not a woman, so I'm like,
I know, like, niggas be thinking they smooth and suave. That's another reason why I fell back from, like, ever, like, talking to women like that. Neither, because, like, you really never know, like, how a woman is perceiving you unless she likes you. Like, really never know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter, like, what your approach is, you might be looked at like a goofy or a weirdo.
This is what he's saying to her.
I look at all of the men around me like my niggas. Like,
she said her niggas. She look at the men around her like her niggas.
I love everybody. I'm a kid.
Listen to the energy. It was two different energies when she said that. One was like, you hit that. Everybody know that. You see a fine, you like. So women, you know.
Yeah.
If it can make you do that, you know what's up.
She turned on by the fact that niggas worshiping her like she the queen bee.
That's for you. I'm gonna make sure you good.
Right.
If you're going through something, I'm gonna follow that storyline.
That bitch crazy, yo. Aries Oya, come on now. You know I ain't telling that lie. That bitch crazy as shit. That bitch is crazy. That bitch sound like Slytherin.
That, you know, I care for you. You all right.
I can understand you saying that.
I'm in your life. But
and she was bragging about cheating for no apparent reason, just in all her relationships. And she said, period, she gonna cheat, period. And this live stream, y'all gotta watch it. Like, she goes so in to her true nature, and then she go back and forth into the quote unquote virtuous women, and then the other bitch is like an extreme misandrous bitch that one all black men did, and the other one is like a little bit like black woman spirit, and then the other one is like simply like, I don't know, that bitch crazy, yo. She got multiple personality disorder, bitch.
As far as like sexual and romantic, or you know, no, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, I consider my best friend. She's a female. I did a video on her too. She did 15 years in the federal penitentiary.
Damn.
And yeah, she got out. I hooked back up with her. She's been out. And I got her story, and she, you know, I broke it down in pieces. I ain't putting no more of it yet, but I mean, I don't never try to fuck her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? That's my friend. I can have a relationship with a woman and be on reserve, you know? And then for a nigga to, like, you know, I can have a relationship with a woman and be reserved with that woman because I made it up in my mind that I don't want to fuck that woman. I did that. So I can execute that. I have that ability. So when I say I never had that for you, that's what it was.
Chef, listen, that's what I wanted to tell you, right? Just based on what you're saying. Look, man, never be ashamed or embarrassed to saying that you like the woman, even if this is the case. Even if in this situation where you in with old girl, that wasn't the case. If it was, so the fuck what, man? You know what I mean? Like, women, if they trying to shame you for liking them, that shows me that you don't have a lot of niggas coming at you a certain way. Right? You don't have niggas liking you like that. Because if you claiming to be a bad bitch and you that chick and all that, it should be expected for niggas to want to like you and want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? So any woman who's taking this, oh yeah, that nigga Chef like me, that nigga Rude like me, he like, man, shut the fuck up, man. You understand? Situation now, man. So I'm saying, but see, this is what you just said though, right? Men we can refrain from taking it out with every woman you become in contact with, and a lot of women don't believe that that's possible. That's when they come in with that gay shit. Like, I heard what you said earlier, that this woman tried to call you gay, huh? Mm-hmm. That ain't what's up, man. Like, why would she want to call you gay? For what?
You hear how she talking about me over here? That's what I'm trying to figure out, my nigga. I'm trying to figure out where was the fallout, because this was the last conversation we had. So I had to figure out. I knew we had a fallout, but it wasn't that bad to be being called gay or.
She called this man gay
because I didn't do nothing. But listen to it, my nigga. Like, I listened to it. It took a while to get to it, but it's there, my nigga. Like, I'm like, this is crazy.
Before you get to what I'm saying, though, bro.
I'm crazy, but she calling Chef gay for no reason. Like okay.
If her only response to that, well, you know, since Chef didn't want to holler at me like every typical nigga be trying to, well, I'm gonna call this man gay.
Gay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Man.
Me neither, my nigga. Me neither. I don't deserve to be called that because this conversation, ain't nothing in this conversation said that I did that to you and now you gotta attack me in that way. Even if we had a disagreement, I ain't call you no names in this thing. I stood on my square, and that's what I know she was mad at because I didn't want to go against them people, Rue. I didn't want to openly say that shit, and that's what I felt like bothered her.
Yeah.
But let's let this thing play, my nigga. Yo, you making some strong points, and we gonna talk about it. Word. I wanna talk about that shit. You're right. Start to tell you he likes me and shit. That shit might be weird.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one is I've never dated online. You know what I mean? Like I've never been like even in Facebook or Instagram. Like I've never been the DM inbox. You know, any nigga can have access to me. You know, no. You know.
And then she lying like right now because if y'all was on the live stream with Virtuous Women when Real Deal first came up there, he told her like they was arguing about something, and then he told her randomly like his dick was hard, and then sent her $50, and she was all over him and had been ever since. So that's a lie. Moving on.
I'm not attention thirsty. Like you know, I try to get away from having it. If anything,
you was mutually
like,
thirsty with
that. Like,
that. Do you Real Deal?
Like, no matter what I do, I always get attention. You know, like at work.
You was matching the thirstiness. Just I was like thirsty together. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't make it seem like you ain't never interested and you don't show it to no nigga.
It's not. It's not good attention. It's like psychotic attention. You know, like at work, like they be trying to like, you know, like I don't know, like they be trying to damn near get me fired and shit. You know what I mean? Or they be, you know, like women attack me, men obsessed.
This is outside of YouTube, yo. This is what she go to in her real life. So it's not just here on YouTube.
Yep.
Another common denominator was really good.
Mm-hmm.
For me and try to possess me. And I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? I don't want that shit because I want the space to choose people.
You be dressed mad sexy, huh?
Ooh.
Huh?
You be dressing mad sexy.
Not at work, nah. I'm just like a hobo at work.
So why did he attack you?
But I dress like a hobo because that's the way that I survive.
Yeah.
Like when I just, you know, put myself together, I was getting a lot of, you know, flack, you know, like harassment. You know what I mean? Like.
So wait. I'm paranoid and crazy, but you won't even dress up and be feminine and stop dressing like a hobo because your mouth is so out of control that people don't give a fuck how you dress. You have to look like a homeless woman. So because your mouth is so smart that whenever you get smart, people be like, oh, never mind. I was going to bang this bitch in the mouth, but I'm not because she's homeless. Fuck out of here, bitch.
You know, just
you crazy.
Harassing, you know, HR visits and shit. And then when I start dumbing myself down, then now everybody leave me alone, you know, and I can.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that shit is working for you in the work, why don't you get on this motherfucker and dumb yourself down up on here? Why don't you do that here? If that shit working for you out there, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that on here?
Function and do my shit and get the fuck out of there like I've been trying to do.
Right.
You know, and it's like in order for me to be cool with people, it's like I have to dumb myself down. Like I'm dumbed down now, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Like I'm dumbed down.
But I'm the manipulator. Me. But she's dumbed down. So anybody who's had an interaction with her, including myself, you're getting the dumbed down version of her. She's dumbed down now. Yeah.
And that's the cold part about it. That's the cold part about all the shit that I be going through in this little short period of time is that I'm operating at a percentage. Like these motherfuckers don't know me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I will shut this motherfucker down. And I'm not trying to be funny because I'm not like that. But it's like I just like to let people live. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody trying to track me down. I don't want to deal with a bunch of Facebook people who I've never met before, and you don't know who could be sneaking up on you.
You know what's funny? It's funny how faceless people don't want to deal with other faceless people. But you a faceless motherfucker yourself. You got the nerve to be talking about some shit like that. Put a name on it, baby. Let's go.
And my number one priority in life.
Chef put this bitch body bag in the body bag, y'all. I wouldn't even give a fuck.
A prominent
when she go shut down.
You know what I mean? And I don't have enough of a fortress to take those type of chances.
So why you got your ass on here causing problems? If you care about
and I've been attacked at least.
If you care about them kids, why don't you dumb down for them kids? People play that hand, man.
It's a damn good point, man.
People play that hand, man. That's part of playing the victim. If my kids, I don't want people coming after me. Why? Because you hiding who you are? I don't hide who I am.
Yeah, you're right about that. Women using their kids as a scapegoat. They engage in fuckery every day and shit. And then when people get on their ass and all of a sudden they mention their kid, don't use your kids as no human shield, man. You know what I mean? I don't appreciate that shit. Yeah, if you anti-fuckery.
But y'all want me to be around somebody like this? No.
If you feel that you can do that, then you understand there's going to be retaliation. So you can't mention your kids because folks might go for your kids in this space. People tend to go for people's kids like that. Alright, if you really don't want to have that type of smoke, man, like, you might need to get the fuck off of YouTube in the space that we in, bro. Folks play games with folks' kids all day, every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So dumb down for that if you care that much, because you can't throw rocks and hide your hands.
Hey, Chef going in. Chef leaning, yo. That's why I said Chef was the one, because he got so much patience. So I appreciate him for doing this.
Let's get it.
Because Midtown is sitting there pining, simping, waiting, lusting, falling in love with somebody who, no matter what, like, even, like, let's say Virtuous was interested in a nigga and they did meet up. Whoever got flued out, and he'd be hurt thinking that she was this virtuous woman, like she liked to portray, like she dumbed herself down. And she was just caught on this live stream, going in about how she don't believe in being faithful. And she like cheating on niggas because niggas do it all the time. So she not going to ever stop cheating. She said the way for her to stop cheating is to not be around any other nigga while she with a nigga. Trifling.
Same time. What is that supposed to make me feel? You know what I mean?
You've been attacked that many times?
Hell yeah. Shit, hell yeah. Yeah, maybe like 1, 2, maybe 6. But that's too much for somebody who don't even leave they square.
Yep. Yo, she was. I gotta look for it and then I'm gonna review it. Make a little quick live stream just reviewing it or something. But that shit was fun. See, I was like, hey.
Like, she literally left me in the back. It was like, whoever's in the back, you know, we all use VRs. So.
Wait, what you say?
Whoever in the back, I can't see you. I can't let you up.
Yeah, it was so loud.
I was so high, yo. I was like, really? How you gonna do me? I'm Eddie King. Yo. Just left the laughing emojis in the chat. Like, yo, you got this. I can't. I don't even got the energy for this. He said, oh, and then when I got off, she let the other nigga back up. She's like, ooh, I'm sorry, Chef. My computer wasn't working at the time. I'm like, you just act like you didn't know it was me, though. You
well, so you're saying that she has not directly ostracized you?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Well, then you need to get over that. I mean, so basically, you're going off of what you feel.
Peep the contradiction. You peeped it, right? The woman didn't directly say nothing about me, so I should let it go. When they weren't directly saying something about her, it was the end of the world.
Right?
But I gotta let it go. Desensitize me, but times yours times 10 because you a woman. What? Why?
Chef watch the content too. He's using my word, desensitized. You know that's my favorite word, y'all. If y'all over here watching me, y'all know that's my shit.
Yeah, I feel you that.
Not one of my favorite words.
Well, you spend a lot of time talking about some shit that you're not even confirmed in.
Right.
So, besides the fact that she ain't been around.
Right.
But still, I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, you got it, and I got it too. Yeah. I know when somebody being foul.
I mean, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, that shit crazy though. I mean,
that shit is crazy.
That shit is crazy that to me, that shit is crazy that night was a game changer because you should let the stream up.
They blocked it.
Oh yeah, I forgot it. I forgot that it was the UMG. Nowhere in hell you can watch how that shit played out
and that's another thing. Why the fuck is it that every single time Virtuous has a very uncomfortable conversation with somebody and she tries to lure them into conversations on the most revealing live stream about how manipulative she is, she'll try to get the video taken down by playing something that she knows go against the copyrights. So if you're a content creator and you want to have a discussion with Virtuous Women, be mindful of her playing things on your platform. Okay, moving on.
Right. He was clearly, he was just on one.
Yeah. And I like my Virtuous, man. I mean, you gotta do a lot to make me not like Virtuous. At this point, I don't know what it'll be later on down the road.
Yeah, we're laughing now.
Yeah, they was laughing and giggling.
Nobody changed my mind about it.
Yeah,
that laugh is phony and shit.
Like he was like get her off. You know, like she wanted you to. She wanted you to do something.
You put me in a hard predicament. I see the value in you. I don't even want you mad at me. Like nobody forget about that part. Like do I really want her?
And when I'm trying to when I'm trying to
no, he low key simping for her, and it's still not good enough for her.
I didn't even know you knew the damn lady. That's how you were. So to find out that you've been dealing with this woman and you played it like that, that was mean as fuck.
What?
It's like where the money resides.
Why do she hurt so bad? Because Chef minding his own fucking business.
Have you not been cool with me?
Not like that. You said you was on the road to be.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, so she heard because she wasn't the one to get with Chef.
Well,
Is that what it is?
I'm not saying that I deserve to be take the lesser. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this.
Why she said take the lesser? Who? What? Oh, you take this internet shit serious. You take these you take these open panels serious.
Sorry, I'm not saying
you want to replace wifey, bitch? Ooh.
I didn't deserve for you to compromise some shit in your real life for it.
But you were my real life at that point, at that moment.
But she was too.
That was gone.
Yeah.
That was over. She made that trade. And plenty of nights calling me in the middle of the night just to curse me out and tell me, you know, my insecurities about myself, about how I looked, and just
no, but that's not no.
Yes.
Later in the conversation, you were like, "Well, you had a man." You know, the way you said it was like, "You did that shit. You used me against her on purpose."
What?
I use you?
That was your decision to make it seem like it was a problem.
Basically,
to run all the women off in his chat. Bitch, shut up.
You that she had a man the whole time.
No, not a man. I knew she had a man.
No, you knew there was a man that was a friend, but the way that she said it when she got in her feelings was like, what? I got this nigga. If anything, this nigga owe me. I got a man. Like, I'm stringing this nigga along. That's all she was talking about, you.
No, she said fiance.
No, I'm talking about in that argument.
Right. She said
she said whatever she got. But
that's different.
But basically, because I was telling her, like, you chasing him, you jocking him, and that triggered her, and she's like, chasing him, like, bitch, I got this nigga, like, this nigga following me. That's how you can pull the shit up, because that's how she said it. And so...
Right, that's what she said about me, yes.
That's what she said about you.
Right.
And so then I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, but then I was like, but bitch, you came up here to fight over the nigga. So I was like, oh, you fighting me over him must be part of your little seduction trick, because you already acting like you already got this nigga wrapped around your finger. So which one is it? If you have a nigga wrapped around your finger, then you ain't got no reason to come up on those streets and try to fight no broad unless it's just for show. That's what, because I'm knowing, these games. So I'm like, but then when you said later on in the stream, like, you referenced the fact that she said she had a man or a fiance, you referenced that shit like it was news to you.
The fiance.
It doesn't matter, whatever it was.
It is. It do matter.
But you referenced that shit. Why?
Because she always told me that dude.
But why did you tell her? Tell me you wasn't dealing with her and had been dealing with her for a minute.
Because in the beginning, she never said that was her fiance. She always said that was a friend. Huh?
But we're not at the beginning. We're talking about now.
You asking me why I referenced it.
I'm saying you put it back in her face. Like, didn't you just say you had like I was on some jealous lover type shit.
Yeah, I did say that. I said you just had a fiance. Right, I never knew. So fiance is like he got down and he proposed to her, and
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You reference that shit like it was news to you.
It was.
Right. So, but why? Why did it matter?
It matters because that bothers you. Like that.
No, because you said it. You said it to her to justify why she should be up there tripping on you. You know what I mean? Like you
up there tripping on me.
Like look at that, you got a fiance. Like it was almost like the shit was a dagger to your chest and shit. Was it?
The fiance thing, yes. Yes,
okay,
that was a dagger, yes.
Yeah, okay then. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I mean I don't think that should matter though, because she got up there to show her whole ass for no reason. Or because of the alcohol. That's it. If she was sober, she wouldn't even express how she felt about me up there like that. She just wouldn't have got up there and did that. I know she wouldn't have. She asked me to take it down because she was sorry. Like,
but at the end of the day, you still, after that dagger went to your chest, you still used me to put some distance between your feeling about that shit and whatever. And I'm not saying
I use you?
Yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't genuine. I'm saying you played on I'm saying I was the buffer between you and how you felt about the shit that came out of her mouth.
Well, you was able to pull it out when I couldn't. So if I used you, then because you got things out of her that I didn't get out of her in the whole long time that me and her had been talking. So if that's to use it, then because it wasn't. I played off because she wouldn't never say those things to me unless like she was trying to.
Yeah, it pulled out of her.
Yeah,
but that's not what
you were compete with you
for. That's not what you were using me for. That's what came out of her observation of our chemistry, and her attempt to one up you in her defeatedness over watching you have chemistry with another woman. That's what came out. She only said it to one up you in what she thought.
She She tried to.
She didn't like. She came up like, "What's this shit y'all got going on? Like this feel like some shit y'all doing. Like like she felt like we had something going on between us."
Maybe she did like me like that. I don't know. At that point again, I don't know.
You have to go back and listen to that stream.
No. I'm gonna go back to the stream, but I'm saying
that stream.
Maybe she did like. I don't know. At this point, I don't know, because if she did all that,
I'm gonna say that you were her backup plan. That's
quite possible.
I'm gonna say like or dislike. Obviously, like, but she wasn't done with you yet, and you were the fall guy. You know what I mean? Like, she's dealing with this nigga, and apparently they don't have a solid relationship. She's probably chasing him.
Right.
And you're that guaranteed lick, you know what I mean? But when you showed her that not even your backup was guaranteed, that bitch lost it.
Probably so.
She's probably dealing with a nigga that's, already giving her that. So she relied on you to be that. And then you showed her that you wasn't that either. And she just shattered.
At that time, yeah.
At that time.
I can see it all compiling onto that. Yeah. Hell yeah, but still not. I'm not going because it's not going. I'm not. Ain't no way.
Sure, there ain't nothing to go with. I mean, I wouldn't separate that either.
Right.
It's not her. It's not your fault that she had you fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got me fucked up.
All the way fucked up.
You ain't about to get away with that.
Not one bit.
Buffoonery at the point when y'all saying I was mad, because I was just already like, get the fucking, come on, man. I had to beg you to I'm telling you, I'm coming out there. I'm trying to tell you that my love is real. Like, I'm really that nigga. I can put that ring on it, get a crib, all that shit. And you played with that. And I was vulnerable, and you got me. You was mad pretty to me, just all of that combined and shit like that. I was that. Sure. And then she just tried to shame you. That shit just wasn't cool.
Shame me?
On the panel.
What you mean?
She was like, "Oh, you look like a man. You sound like a man," and shit like
I ain't nobody that bitch. I know how these hoes be.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, that was just all hate. That wasn't me. That bitch was bugging.
That's what I'm saying. But again, she showed herself. You know what I mean? Right. I don't know. You just saw another side of her, like you said.
No, you helped me with that. You can see how you doing that. She went for it. She thought we had something.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. She jealous as shit.
Okay, she was ready to go. She had
I don't even know who you are, your face, look at the picture. And she was really trying to
she was like, yeah. It's just like, yeah, she was like, I'm a Virgo, don't talk. It was going through growth, and I was just like, okay. I'm not really there with it, but, you want to have this little stuff so we can.
All of a sudden, it just turned out to that.
And she had the audacity after all that to come back crying.
Yes.
I'm like, that bitch was crying because she wanted to say.
No, at that point, I'm just a nigga. She cried because she wasn't dick.
Do you think that bitch was been crying and she sent me back and though?
No.
And that's what I was saying.
I could see her chest you motherfuckers is gonna be playing basketball. You better get back. Keep talking. Yeah, we having a good time. I don't see where the beef is at. But it's coming. No, she'd have been back the next day and the next day.
Okay, acting like the star that she is.
Right. And here I am. I got to go through the really feel like I done did stuff. I'm like, oh, you fucking kidding me?
She can blame the universe. That's, that was, that was, we put her
She done made her little channel incognito and everything. And the funniest shit that
ran away for that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, that's why I knew, like, the person was talking about me that I said I don't know for sure. But she was like, oh, you made that woman delete her whole channel. I'm like, she owned it. You were looking for her, man. You were looking for her. That channel gone. She just make it incognito. She'll come back. She'll do that.
Damn, these people be really crazy.
Yes, but you know, I think it did get to her a little bit, but only on the she was embarrassed that she got up there and did that.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, your head could be in one space about it. You know, like we can laugh about it, and you know, human nature, and just have an overall well-rounded perception of things. Other people are really crazy. You know what I mean? You don't know, like, she was talking like, I'm going to find you. Like, she was, you know, like, she was saying some crazy shit to me. And it's like, I don't know how, you know, in my mind, I'm like, motherfuckers killed over social media every day. I'm like, a bitch and her nigga will kill you together. You know what I mean? I'm like, so, I'm like, you know, it's even hard for me to really just take advantage of the upper hand that I have sometimes. You know what I mean? I always play that shit small. Because you just, you know, it's like if you won, you won. You know what I mean? But it's like, if people, you know, people can take a loss when it's silent. But if you make a loser out of them, they might go lose their shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be playing with no blogs talking about they gonna find me and shit. Like, I don't know you.
Right. That was my thing. Like, damn, nobody really know you until you got up here and opened your mouth. Nobody know there was anything. I said, oh, look at now, look at this shit. What's her name? She wrote it in the chat. She said, oh, I knew this was gonna be a train wreck, and it didn't dawn on me. Like,
wait, so did you see? You know, you see Mother Earth in the chat, right?
That day?
Yeah.
I think I seen her.
She was in there at some place. So
Another
on another panel with Black Woman there.
Another triangle. Another one. Keep game.
Cherry panel talking about virtuous don't fuck with me. You know, she seen me at Chef Disaster Chat and she ain't speaking to me, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't do shit to her ass. Just talking major shit about me. And I'm like, I was on the fucking show. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I didn't talk to you, I don't really talk in the chat when I'm on the show.
Right.
I'm like, but you would go to another space with a woman who you know don't like me and try to instigate that shit. You know, like, that's how these little bitches be playing. And I'm like, you know, you're a little bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
why would she do that, though? I don't get that shit.
Huh?
Why would she do that?
I think, honestly, she did it because she's upset that I'm cool with China White. You know what I mean? Because China White put her pictures out from Facebook and embarrassed her. And
pictures out?
Mother Earth.
For real?
Yeah. And her baby daddy info and shit.
Damn.
Because they was beefing. I mean, but that's Mother Earth fault, because basically, like, China and Verbal Assassin used to be friends. And then China got into it with Verbal Assassin over Rude, and China got the best of Verbal Assassin. But Verbal Assassin was so hurt that she didn't respond for like 3 months. And so she got drunk one night and then dragged China White. And then Mother Earth and all these TMH2 girls jumped in on it and started dragging her too. And then they steadily dragged her for like 6 or 7 months straight. And so one day she got tired and she put all their pictures out. One girl has some nude pictures. Mother Earth has some non-favorable pictures. And she put her baby daddy name out. It was like, big y'all bitches quit fucking with me. And so, I at first was
another triangular. I don't have no problem with these folks. If talking about people is triangles and putting people in your shit, why are you doing that to me?
I at first was like, oh, that's fucked up. But then I seen Mother Earth and them cheering on Nyla and Taz, but they was doing that shit.
Girl, that had nothing to do with the conversation.
And so it's like, well.
And I'm gonna review the rest tonight, y'all, because I'm ready to go take a nap. I've been on here for an hour and so. This is a pretty long live stream, so I'm gonna come back when I'm bro rested, and I'm gonna give this a point. This review on the rest of this video. Girl, I'm falling asleep, which I was supposed to really take a nap yesterday, and take a nap earlier, but I didn't know that the YouTube streets was gonna be jumping like this. Yeah, y'all. Peace. I'll see y'all in a few hours.